Hey guys, Scourge McDuck or SMD here. I recently started coaching on Metafy, so I figured I would go over some of my recent pub games that I played during the major to bring more attention to that. If you would like private coaching, the link will be in the description. Okay, so in this game I picked Bristleback. I picked my hero into seeing Puck and CM. I don't think those heroes can really pressure me, so I thought it was a pretty good Bristleback game. It's also a pretty safe pick when there's no Viper in the pool, and I believe Viper was banned this game. So there's nothing too scary for the blind picks for me, so they're only going to have one counter pick, and I'll let one of my other core players have last pick. My Tiny ended up picking on second phase as well with me, so he was assuming it was a Puck mid, so our offlaner had last pick, but he didn't see his matchup and ended up getting Sand King versus Lifestealer, which is pretty good for Lifestealer, but in this game, yeah, I had Taiga from OG playing offlane. He's normally a 4-player on his team though. 9 from Tundra playing mid, which is his role in his team too. Gardic is a pretty high-ranked 5-player from South America. I'm not sure what team he's on right now. I believe he's on Hikori in Division 1 NSA, and they do pretty well usually. Solo from, I believe he's on Navi now, and Gachi Tokyo's on Mad Kings, a Division 2 SA team, I believe, on mid. And this is MNZ, who's on Tempest now. He played at the last TI, used to go by Kotaro. He's a pretty good high-ranked carry player. He has lots of high-ranked accounts. And yeah, so he last picked Lifestealer, which is, I guess, his counter to me. It's not that bad of a matchup. If I can get like AC and Basher and potentially Halberd. This game was about a week ago. I'm not too sure what my item build was. I don't know if I went for the Halberd or not. But yeah, started with a wand. In hindsight, probably not needed. I could probably get away with just like a stick and a gauntlet, so I have some more damage. I feel like I probably won't be getting up to 10 charges. And I could have started with my own tangos instead of having to ship them out and just get a faster ring of health. So on Bristleback, you always want to like quill the first wave so you can start getting the stacks up because it adds more damage. So you want to quill both heroes in the range creep ideally, and you also use your 1.1 mana regen by doing that. And then you can use quills to secure more creeps in the rest of the wave. It does give them stick charges, but normally it doesn't push the wave too hard if you deny, and if they're using spells like that, like he just nuked. So the wave won't really be shoving into them if I don't want it to. If I do want it to, obviously I can click quills more, but if you don't want it to, it normally won't push it if you use it 2 or 3 times. It'll stay pretty back if you're denying, and they're casting spells as well. So I got all 4 creeps and the range troop deny on the first wave. That's pretty good first wave for me. I have tangos coming out. Bought them after the bounty rune gold. Top lane feeds the first blood here. Not probably too much to go over in the laning. I'll try to go quickly through it. I want my Witch Doctor to mainly play for pulls and keeping the wave back so I can have tower protection, and I just want him to 2 creep pulls so they lose 2 creeps in the wave and the wave stays back and I can farm pretty freely with quills. So I get Bristleback level 2. I don't really want to play aggressive, so I'm level 4 with 2 points in quills and a point in goo. So I just want to buy a ring of health, keep the wave back, and last it in deny for now. So yeah, I'm still just waiting for my ring of health. As you can tell, I've been using quills and the lane hasn't really pushed like I was sort of explaining before. My 5 has been giving me lots of tangos. I believe I bought my own set and have went through them. I have my ring of health purchased now. Whenever you buy your ring of health in the safe lane from your secret shop with your courier, make sure it doesn't walk through the mid lane. If you just send it to you, it usually will. So I micro it down in here. Sometimes I don't micro that quickly and it might AFK for a bit, but we'll see if that happens here. So my 5 did pull. Lane's still back. He did a stack pull, I believe, so they lost an entire wave, and the wave isn't going to push into them, because if he did a single pull, the small camp would have died first, and then would have pushed out, because these creeps would have went into the tower, or I could have dragged them over. But there's like a lot more room for error if he does a single pull, but he did a stack pull, which I'm fine with. Looks like they had a ward on my courier. I don't think it dies, though. I do have my ring of health coming. He died. I mean, my lane's still going pretty well. I have almost double this guy's last hits, and they like lost a whole wave there. They got a kill, but it's not the end of the world. As you can see, I'm going to hit my 4 timing here. Ideally, my 4 timing comes out this guy's 3 timing, which looks like it will line up, so he'll have his second point in whichever ability he wants, and I'll have my point in goo, and we'll be able to fight them most likely. So this is going pretty nice. I mean, it's not supposed to be that hard of a lane. They do get a pull here. I tried to kill this chicken with quills. It didn't work though. So right here, they try to go aggressive on me. I have a big wand that I've been saving up. I wonder if I had more than, yeah, like I said, I didn't need to start with a 1. I could have had Gauntlet instead in this lane, because I'm not really going to get that many charges. So I didn't get past 10 in the end anyways. I think, yeah, I get right at 10 before I have to use it. I use my wand though before the thing hits, before the snowball hits. Chase them down with goo. Try and chase this guy down too, and get a double kill. So right here, what I wanted to do is just suicide so I get full mana and full health, because there was no one to get the experience here when they died. But my support player salved me right away. So as you can see, right after this kill happened, I was clicking here because I wanted to run in their tower, and I would probably have just backpacked everything so I die a bit quicker. But I just want to die and spawn and then come back to lane with full resources and play really, really aggressive at that point. I would have only missed like 1 last hit, maybe 2, but my Witch Doctor would have got the last hits and the experience for it, and it would have been really nice. But he salved me, and salves are nerfed, so it's even less good to salve your teammates now than it used to be. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty healed up. I have 2 stick charges. My mana costs are pretty low, so I can use some more spells, but I'm not full mana, not full HP. I mean, almost full HP now, but lane's looking pretty good now. I've got still close to double this guy's CS. I've now gotten 2 kills. Top lane, though, their carry's 4 and 1 as well, and I believe he got the first blood, so his net worth's quite a bit higher than mine, and he did have the 10th pick, so he saw my hero for the matchup. Yeah, I always just go Vanguard. I mean, you saw how I got kills when they went on me, so I think Vanguard's better than Boots. Like, Boots can help you chase them down if you're playing more aggressive, but I like to just play, like, farmy. So if they go on me, I can turn, and you don't really need Boots for that playstyle. And once you have your Vanguard and you're level 6, you normally don't have enough mana to continually use your spells, so I still just go Soul Ring before Boots. I'm not really leaving my lane, so Boots don't really do much. I want to stay in my lane, push the waves, and farm these jungle camps. You can quill these 2 camps together. When you're on Radiant, when you're on Dire, you can quill these 2 camps together, these 2 together, and these 2 together. And you can also quill these 2 together on Radiant as well. So, and on Dire, I guess you can quill these 2. On Dire, you have lots more options. I think at the Major right now, Dire has a lot more win rate, and a lot of people are saying it's because of how that jungle is just closer together, so you can nuke more camps, like regardless of what your hero you are. If you're any hero with a nuke, you can use it on multiple camps at the same time, is one of the reasons I've heard for Dire being favored right now. But yeah, I just want to push the waves and farm the jungle with a Soul Ring. I have a Soul Ring. There's only 2 creeps here, so I'm going to wait to use it. I'd probably use it, yeah, right when this wave meets. Going to push the wave out, going to go farm these camps, filling them together, so I just do more overall damage. Filling these 2 camps together now. Getting neutral items, sending back neutral items. Coming back, quilling the wave. It's going to be pretty repetitive here for a bit. I'll try to go past this part and see when I first leave my lane. Normally on Bristleback, you want to stay in your lane as long as possible because you're really hard to kill, so if they do try to kill you, you can potentially turn, and then it's a pretty natural progression for like lanes being swapped. So if I get Dove and my Sand King TPs or whatever, I can then just go top, farm Ancient stacks, and my Sand King can now have the bot lane. Whereas if I just leave top or leave bottom, Sand King can TP bottom, but then like we're not getting any kills. It's not like we're like TPing during a dive or whatever. We're just TPing to get our heroes out of bottom. It's like way less ideal on a hero like Bristleback because I'm so hard to kill. If I'm a hero that was like scared of dying really easily and not getting any turn kills, then yeah, we have to just deal with the fact that we have to have like 2 cores in the top lane when you leave on another hero. But with Bristleback, like with your tankiness and your Bristleback ability and your Vanguard, you have the luxury of staying in your lane and potentially getting turn kills before you have to leave the lane. So I want to stay bottom as long as possible until they really come and kick me out. So right here they try and go on me, and like this is exactly what I just said. I'm so tanky, they don't kill me, and now my Sand King's here. I mean, this game was like a week ago, so I don't fully remember what happened, but this is pretty much exactly what I was just explaining. So now I can naturally leave bottom. I'm too low to go top right away, but I can naturally just leave bottom now. I guess my Sand King didn't stay, so I have the option to go back to bottom now and do the same thing, but his TP is going to be down. I mean, in hindsight, maybe I should have. I guess it was almost time to stack. I wanted to go stack the Ancients and farm them for myself. So I don't hate this play, but I could have definitely went bottom here again and just continued doing that while my teammates stacked, hopefully. Yeah, and the Ancients were blocked. I'm not sure if I missed the large there or not, too, but the Ancients were blocked. I told my 5-player to unblock it. This guy got the tower while I was trying to farm the stack, too, but he just had a really free lane. He's 6 and 1. We kind of just have to accept the fact that we're going to lose our safe lane, or our offlane tower in this game to this Lifestealer. Probably going to slow down a bit here. I'm just going to cut waves. Like, on a lot of heroes, you don't want to do this, but I'm not, like, if you're like an Alchemist, this might be a little scary. You don't have as much tank ability as a Bristleback, but I can I feel pretty safe. I see heroes farming bottom, and I'm like Bristleback, so it's same thing. Really tanky hero. I can get away with playing more aggressive with my hero, and sadly though we don't have like a tier 1 to TP to, so I need to like, you know, I know that my team can't react to this if I do get gone on, but I'm not too scared of getting gone on and dying because I see them diving bottom, so I'm just going to focus on getting my own farm up, cutting these waves, and farming all the camps. So yeah, you just want to click quells on as many units as possible, so I'm always dragging waves to camps and dragging camps into other camps. So I'm 4-0, I just surpassed the Lifestealer who's 8-1 in net worth because of the ancient farming and the efficient farming I'm doing here while he's grouping with his team and taking another tower, and he also stayed in his top lane longer and took an extra tower, but he's also just a hero that doesn't naturally farm jungle that quickly. He likes to hit buildings, hit towers, he's pretty single target focused, doesn't have like quill spray like Bristleback. So I should be ahead of him in farm most likely, but yeah, he had like a really nice lane top with lots of kills, and now they have 2 towers, so it's his net worth's like pretty inflated. But I mean, mine's pretty good too. I didn't get a first blood, but I got 4 kills in my lane. I haven't died. He has the 1 death. So yeah, I'm 2 levels on him now. Really strong. I was farming ancients. There was a rune fight, so I came to the rune fight. Now I'm just naturally near mid, so I'm gonna fight with my team. Yeah, super strong here. Kill the Lifestealer. Kill that guy barely lives. Killed the CM, the Tusk. I'm gonna hit the tower now. Gonna keep using my abilities, keep my warpath stacks up, and take the tier 1 down. So we may not have a side lane tower right now, and they have 2, but we have the mid tier 1. So it's pretty nice for us. If we can nuke these mid waves out, we'll be able to defend our tower and keep it pretty healthy. We have so much extra area now to nuke the mid waves. We can nuke the waves here, here, here. If we're like standing here, we can nuke them really aggressively, whereas they have to walk, you know, they only have their side where we can be standing. They can't nuke the wave over here because we have the tower blocking them. So it's pretty nice to have the mid tower. It'll help us go into their tri-camp or into their safe lane if we ever want, or into their top side jungle if we ever want to. But yeah, I just go back to farming. I have my ags now though. Gonna look to play more aggressive with this. Gonna walk into their jungle here and try to farm their camps. I see a lot of heroes bottom again, going on my Sand King, so I know I'm pretty safe to do this. Trying to give the lane to my Tiny, and I'm taking the jungle. Gonna go BKB, they have a Puck, a Snapfire, pretty good. Team to get a BKB, they have a CM, Frostbite. So here, yeah, I'm just really strong. Game's pretty close. Game's been pretty close, stays pretty close. They are able to take this mid tower or pressure pretty hard because we were playing bottom. We were reacting to our Sand King getting gone on, it appears. Yeah, so I try to connect. I figured this mid tower is not defendable. My team was saying they want to smoke. They want me to run up and give them vision. I probably could have went a little faster here. In hindsight, looks like their smoke had already broken too. But I mean, I run up a little late. My Tiny probably dies. That's probably somewhat my mistake. I don't think I'm realistically going to get bursted by their heroes, even if I walk the hill. So I probably could have played a little more aggressive here. But we're taking a fight. It's on our side, so this fight really needs to work out well. Right now, it doesn't look like it's going too well. We have 3 dead heroes. Like, if we were fighting up here and we die, I mean, I guess since we're Radiant, there's potential they can take Roche. But normally, it's better to die more aggressively on the map, because if you do lose the fight, then they're not getting any objectives. They're going to be probably pushing out lanes, and then your guys will spawn, and you'll have to push out lanes again, and they might smoke during that time, but they're not really getting any objectives. But if we die here, we're going to lose our tier 2 bottom maybe, or take a lot of damage on it, and definitely going to be losing this mid tier 1. So this is a somewhat risky fight, but I'm the strongest, I'm the highest net worth hero in the game. We're not that scared of losing the fight. We're pretty confident we'll win it, so I connect to it. Like, if I didn't think we were going to win this fight, I probably wouldn't have shown up. And my team probably wouldn't have been fighting here too if they thought I wouldn't have connected. But, pretty strong here. So I do show up to the fight. Yeah, it looks not that great to start, but I'm really farmed. They're, yeah, just all dying to me. I get a triple kill. I almost die. This guy's going Soul Rush here too. He's looking for me actually here. I TP'd away though. I walked to the fight, so my TP's still up. So now we're pretty strong. We want to fight on our side. It's pretty bad for them. So we just want to look to play aggressive now probably and force a Roche whenever we can. Oh, so I actually did not go for the BKB. I did do the Halberd like I talked about in the pre-game. So I saw him going Silver Edge. I think I just wanted to have the disarm pretty much. The status resistance is pretty nice too in the HP regen amplification. So yeah, I went for the Sage here. thought I could get away without the BKB. Yeah, barely living here again, fighting with goo. I'm just really farmed, so it's hard for me to fight. We're just fighting. We're destroying. There's not too much to say here. Get this armor item, pretty nice against the physical damage coming up from Lifestealer. Pretty good for hitting buildings too. And they're dead now. I healed. I farmed some camps too. Maybe I could have ran the Roche a little faster, but gonna force the Roche now. Something you can see that I do sometimes in Roche, especially if my team's not tanking for me. I'll just try to turn around and have him hit my back, and then after he hits, I'll turn around and attack him again. Because you will take a lot of damage if you're solo tanking Roche in a lot of games. In this game, I have a Halberd, so it's not the end of the world. But in a lot of games, you will take a lot of damage if you're trying to tank Roche solo, because your tankiness comes from being attacked on your back. So we have Aegis. We just run into their side now. Want to play aggressive, find some heroes, have a dust, get another kill on Lifestealer. Maybe not. We do. So yeah, Lifestealer had a really nice start. He's still doing pretty well, but he has 4 deaths now. I haven't died. I barely lived in the bot fight, barely lived in the mid fight. We took some really good fights and won. We also got some pickoffs on him, like when we killed him mid lane and then took his tower. And that was before I had my axe too. So I mean, I'm playing pretty aggressive. It's a pretty easy game to play. Like I have a pretty good team. I have, 9 and Taiga, really good players. Gardic, me and him had a really nice lane bottom, and it's pretty natural to connect to a lot of these engagements. So right here, still have Aegis. Took a mid tier 2. We could go for the outpost, but we see heroes. We just want to fight. So connecting the bottom, running to the fight. We got a ward on that guy. This guy I thought was going to die, so I focused on pushing the wave, and that was correct. He died, so now the wave is pushed. Going to be able to take this tier 2, or tier 1. Could pressure the bot tier 2, but my team wants to just fight, which I think is how you usually want to play this patch right now. It's better to just run at heroes rather than objectives, and when they're all dead and your gold lead's just way too high, you can start running towards objectives. So my team's running at top. It doesn't look like they're catching, so I decided I'll just hit mid with my Aegis, so they see this, and a lot of this stuff isn't really communicated too well. It's just we're high-skilled players, we'll like ping things, and people will react accordingly. So I'm really strong, so I figured I could hit this. I just hit it, and my team connects. It's not like I mean, I may have told them, I don't remember, but a lot of times you don't even need to like really say things. You just ping it, and your team will react in high-skilled games. In low-skilled games, it's a little different, but the enemies are also going to be more low-skilled, so you can usually get away with more. And you can probably play more Groody in the lower skilled games. But pushing with Aegis, I think I dive a bit here. Yeah, they bought back on CM. I mean, we're just really strong. Lifestealer doesn't want to show up too soon because his team's just dying. He wants to take a better fight. I sort of dive here. My Sand King's dead, my Tiny's dead. I believe I live here on like very low HP again. I killed that guy. I'm able to fog them here, able to dodge that ability there. Oh yeah, there's no way I live here. But I lived for a while, got a kill at the end. I spent my gold, I believe. Yeah, so I went for an Abyssal now just to help deal with the Lifestealer again. I can Abyssal him during his rage, and then try to Halberd him after, or if I Halberd before, I can Abyssal to chain the... If I Halberd him before he rages, it doesn't purge it, so I can chain the Abyssal with the end of the Halberd duration, and he won't be able to attack for most of the rage, and hopefully my team can end up stunning him. So we had Aegis there, so it's not the end of the world that we died, because there's no Roche spawn for 3 minutes. We probably just want to spawn and regroup. My team's actually buying back to take this fight here, which seems a little psychotic to me. And I believe they die here on a lot of heroes. Our Tiny dies. Our Sand King has less net worth than our Rubik. He was having a pretty rough one on Taiga here. Our mid tower is 1 hit. It should die here to like an illusion or something. I'm not sure if they don't micro it. Maybe I deny it actually. I guess I didn't. I probably should have. So we need to group again. We were only down 4k when I died, but now we bought back our Sand King and our Tiny died. So yeah, while I was dead, they got a lot more of that gold lead back away from us. So we want to group up, take a fight. We didn't have my Abyssal in our fight either, so it's not like we're weak or anything. We have like a full another finished item on me now, but we did have the Aegis there, I guess. But we were sort of diving their base. So right here, we're just sweeping across the map again. Gonna take the outpost, gonna push the lanes out, gonna try to kill more heroes. We don't really want to high ground, especially now that we don't have the Aegis anymore. So we look for the puck, aren't able to find him. Get another neutral item, pretty good one. Lifesteal's pretty good. Hit really hard, especially when you're at 25 on Bristleback with Warpath. So having lifesteal and the regeneration amplification, along with my Sange and my level 20 health regen talent is really strong. I mean, my talents are pretty straightforward. I guess I never really went over them or my skill build, but you want to max Quill Spray, get a value point in Goo. Some people go 2 points in Bristleback. I think that's really bad because you want a point in Goo by the time you're level 6, so you can get your Warpath stacks up. You can deny creeps very easily and play very aggressive when you have your Warpath stacks up. So I would always recommend leaving Bristleback at 1, getting Goo at 4, maxing Quill Spray, maxing Bristleback, taking your mana regen talent at level 10. Sometimes I'll wait a bit if my mana's full and my soul ring's like available. I'll just get more points in Goo if I'm like farming stacks or something like that, or fighting a hero. But normally you just take mana regen at 10, health at 15. Sometimes I'll skip the health at 15 as well. If I'm about to Roche, I'll get the last point in Goo before the Roche. But normally you just take those then. At 20, I always take the health regen. I used to try experimenting with the quill stack damage. I do not think that's very good. A lot of these fights, as you saw in this game, I was living on very low HP, and as you'll see, I think there's another very important fight where I live on very low HP, and that 20 HP regen per second is very useful over that, and at 25 you're going to want your Warpath damage per stacks. I think sometimes the spell lifesteal is viable maybe if you're against like a Doom or something like that, or if you have like another carry and you're just really tanking damage for them to deal damage. But normally you're the carry, you want to get Warpath stacks, you can buy a Blink Dagger, you can blink on supports. If they do have a Doom or something like that, you can blink on him, and you'll just hit insanely hard with your Warpath and your talent. So here I think we're hitting this tower, they find a nice do they find a nice angle on us? We can look at free cam here. They don't really, they just sort of walk in front of us. This guy's invis, he breaks me. He rages, so there's no stun opportunity. I'm trying to look away. We have the lift on Rubik. I feel like this goes poorly in my memory, but this game was like a week ago almost at this point, so I'm not too sure. Did I get lifted out? I think I did, right? Yeah, so I do get lifted out. I guess our Sand King died trying to like stun the lifestealer, and then yeah, I walked into the rest of their heroes. I'm really low again, actually. I think I live here, actually. I do remember it now. But I think a lot of my teammates died. Alright, it's just the Sand King. No, the Tiny got caught in the end too, yeah. So this is pretty not great there. We're probably playing too aggressive, like on building hitting. Like I've been saying for most of this game, we should just look to fight heroes. And yeah, I think that was during the time that Roche can now be spawning because we lost it here. And then we killed like the CM after we died here. So yeah, Roche is up. They get a Roche here. This is really bad. It's second Roche, so they're going to have a shard now. Now they can look to just do what we've been trying to do all game and play aggressive and potentially run up buildings if that's what they choose instead. So here they're running at me. My Sand King just spawned. Looks like he's getting going on mid already though, maybe. Yeah, so my Sand King went mid and died. My Tiny's still dead. So this looks really bad. I thought I could man up to this guy a bit with my Halberd and Abyssal and burn the Aegis and then TP while he was respawning or something. But with that shard that I believe that is the one that he got from Roche, he does open wounds me and heal up very quickly and take me down. So this is looking pretty bad now. They've got the cold lead that we've had for most of the game. But I did get 25 after that CM kill, so if we group up, we have the tools to kill them, I believe. I was kind of tabbed here. There's not much to do. I have no buyback. I probably should be looking at my screen and looking at more. As you can see, this is my player perspective. But I think I had like scrims later, and I was just checking if they were all still good to go and things like that. But now I'm alive. Our racks are defended, which is really lucky. I mean, my team did God's work there or whatever. But we immediately smoked. We smoked before our Tiny was spawning, but we smoked in a position that he could TP to the bot tier 2. He does TP. We have our BKB now. Was that the unveil? Yeah, so we have another full item here. Yeah, they walked into me luckily. Used my BKB, killed the snap, he bought back. Look back over here to the lifestealer, he still has Aegis. Burn the Aegis down, making sure I have 10 Warpath stacks the entire fight. I mean, I'm using lots of spells, so it's not too worrisome that I'll drop. Use the Halberd here before I thought he was going to rage. And my Tiny did die. We're just chasing heroes. They used 2 buybacks. Gonna kill the puck here, get broken here. Have my Abyssal. Use my Abyssal while I'm broken. Look away, kite. Trying to attack heroes whenever I can for the lifesteal. And I also have the regen and the amplification. So I'm actually able to lifesteal up here. and get an ultra kill. Almost a rampage if I got either of these 2 kills. At that point, I mean, I didn't think this guy could kill me even though I looked really low, so I was able, I mean, this is the most important fight of the game. We can slow it down more and try to break down more exactly what happened. So, our racks just got defended. We have been getting picked off pretty much since we lost our Aegis mid, and I died in that fight, which was my first death, and then I had my second death after they got the Roche too. So, we have 2 finished items since we've actually taken a real like 5v5. Our last real 5v5 was mid with the Aegis. So I have an Abyssal and a BKB that I've just purchased and haven't used yet, and our racks got defended. So we pretty much know we need to fight now. So we're trying to smoke into them. We take a high ground here in a position where Tiny can TP. He TPs. My Warpath stacks are... I've been using my spells, so I'm full Warpath stacks instantly in the fight. I guess that's something to note. So let's see what happens when I spawn here. I'm up in 10 seconds. I probably instantly use QW. Instantly use QW. Spam my Q, use my W more. Yeah, I mean, just, you can use your Q if you're worried about mana, and Tread Switch more if you're worried about mana. I guess I never went over the item build much either in this game, but I talked about it for a short bit. Yeah, you always want just Vanguard. Sometimes you can go Vanguard Hood, sometimes you can leave Brown Boots, sometimes you can go Treads. If you're against like a Furion with his Ag Shard, maybe you'll want Phase Boots. But yeah, you normally just want like Vanguard, Boots, Ags, and then you can go like BKB, AC, Abyssal, Halberd. I guess I can say why I didn't go AC here, but yeah, it's mainly just, I feel like the evasion is pretty much the same as the armor here, and if not better for using it before the rage. And then there's also the Abyssal to help me kite the rage. So my itemization is just geared more towards fighting the rage, rather than just man fighting him with high armor. So yeah, I mean, I had 8 Warpath stacks before we found a hero, and then yeah, we're smoked. Our Tiny spawning. We smoked before our Tiny spawn because it's a pretty high skilled game, right? We just want to play it really fast. We want him to be able to connect like during the fight. If we wait for him to spawn, it's like more obvious that we're smoking too. And then if you look at how this worked out, like he's just spawning now and TPing. If we waited for him to spawn and then smoked, they would have already had this hill, this high ground, and it would have been a lot harder to take a fight. So, but yeah, we have a nice ward here. We have the high ground. I rounded a bit so it's getting a little buggy. I have 8 Warpath stacks here. So before I hit a single hero, I have 10, which is like something, you know, it seems obvious when you're looking at it, but I'm sure a lot of people who don't play Bristleback often probably will not start the fight with 10 Warpath stacks, especially lower MMR players. I mean, I'm sure a lot of the high MMR players just understand that. It's not that high skill, but I'm sure a lot of lower MMR players might forget something like that. So I have 10 Warpath stacks, my level 25 talent, my completed Abyssal, my completed BKB. So yeah, I mean, maybe I'll go free cam, but look at our perspective on Radiant here. Rewinding a lot might get buggy. So yeah, we're on the hill, under our ward, our guy's TPing, they tried to smoke into us, we broke their smoke. This guy has a BKB, we stun him before he sees us, his smoke broke, he could have kind of anticipated it. And then chain my Abyssal, the Life Stealer does end up healing him. Use my BKB, honestly, potentially a little preemptive. Still full HP. I think like if you watch Sumail when he was playing carry, he'll wait till he's like lower in the fight to use his BKB, so he waits till you're more committed. Yeah, this guy got... Alright, maybe he used his Q on me, so I really only purged a CM slow. But I do really want to commit to this Snapfire kill, and I think, you know, if we take down one of their higher net worth cores at the start of the fight, I probably won't even need my BKB at the end of it, but it still looks a little preemptive here, to be honest. Probably could have used my BKB better here. Chase this guy down, bash him, just trying to hit what I can hit now. I did get a little bit split up from my team here, so yeah, as you can see, when this guy shards me off, I ignore the CM as well, and I just try to connect back to my team and fight their core heroes. So we're pretty grouped now, and we have our ward, and they bought back. They do have the outpost, they're keeping to the outpost. I'm playing under a sentry, so I'm just hitting what I can see. I see this guy, now I see the CM here, go and hit him. I do a lot of damage, so whoever I focus, if I'm able to hit them, they will die. I see the Tusk here, I go for him, I halberd this guy, because I thought he was going to rage. And now I'm able to kite, trying to fog this guy a bit and focus the puck. My team is dead, we do use the buyback on the Witch Doctor. Our Sand King has been able to live all fight, which is really good for us. He's been able to get a lot of stuns off in this fight. And yeah, I'm just hitting what I can see, trying to fight towards my team after the initial bit. I did chase the Snapfire a bit, but I think that's probably worth it to kill the core hero, and I had used my BKB at that time. There's potential if I stay up here, the Snap will run away, use his ult, my BKB will be down, and then they'll just go on us. So I think my targeting there is probably correct. Maybe, yeah, the BKB usage, not so much. I think my Halberd usage was good. My Abyssal was initially chanced on the guy, came back up just now, I believe. So I think it's pretty good targeting for me for the most part. And yeah, just running away from the lifestealer. Don't really want to man fight him. Hitting the other heroes with lower armor and lower HP. That'll die quicker and won't be able to, lifesteal off me. And now, yeah, I pistol him again, and I'm ignoring him to just kill the easier to kill heroes and lifesteal off them. This guy has evasion and higher armor, so I will lifesteal less, I believe is how that should work. There's the potential that I missed. So yeah, kill that guy, kill the lifestealer with my team, kill this guy. So I mean, it took a while to analyze that fight, but hopefully it was useful. So, a little low mana now, keeping my soul ring in, going to force a throne push here, I believe. Yep, they're all dead. We kind of just want buybacks, and then we can reset. We don't, we'll probably still have buybacks. I guess, how do you look at buyback status? Alright, we really don't. We only used one in the fight. Our Sand King doesn't have gold, nor does our Tiny or Rubik. I have buyback though, but they don't know that we don't have buybacks, and we also don't know they don't have buybacks. I guess we do know that two of them bought. We knew the Tusk and the Snap bought. But we kind of just want to force buybacks on like the Puck and the Lifestealer. Their timers are getting low, so even if they do buyback, it'll feel like really sad for them. So we know they might be greedy and want 2 lives for the throne push anyways, and I mean we can just get away with a lot here. So, but we were lucky enough that they didn't have buybacks, so we were able to just go for the throne and win the game here as they were spawning. So yeah, I mean the Lifestealer had a really free lane. I connected to a lot of early game fights, and they were pretty impactful. We got the tower pretty early with my rotation, and got a kill on the Lifestealer who was snowballing at that point. And pretty much, I mean, pretty standard game. My death mid, maybe we dove a little too much. My second death, it was just a combination of things. Our Tiny had died, and then they got the rush on, and it's just kind of hard at that point. But yeah, we did a really good smoke when we spawned after my second death. They had a really good Rags defense without me that I guess I didn't really look at. But yeah, I never killed the Lifestealer apparently, but I helped at the end, and I helped on the mid one. But I'm not too sure what else there is to say. I explained my item build, I tried to explain the skill build and talent build. I talked about laning, and hope you enjoyed this pub review. This was one of the major pubs, and I will bring some more on some other heroes. Thanks for watching.